Hello everyone, this is Preeti here. I hope you're all doing well. So today's topic is under management theories and approaches, we are going to see the theories of motivation in behavioral management theory. So presentation outline. Here we know that the behavioral management theory is divided into two, namely human relations theory and behavioral science theory. Under behavioral science theory, we are going to see the theories of motivation, which is divided into two, again called content theory and process theory. So here in this video, we are going to see the different content theories of motivation. First is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Second, Alderfer's ERG theory. Third, Herzberg's two-factor theory. Fourth, McClelland 3 needs theory. 5. McGregor's theory X and theory Y. For all the content theories of motivation, we are going to see the real-time examples. First one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So a person tries for this higher level need when his lower level need, called the physiological needs, are realistically satisfied. Here, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are 5 levels in this pyramid, namely physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, self-esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. So we are going to move from bottom to top. First comes the physiological needs. The physiological needs are the basic needs of human beings. Example, food, water, air, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. Second comes the safety or the security needs, where if the employees get satisfied with the physiological needs, they move on the higher level called safety or security needs. The examples are personal security, resources, health insurances, property, etc. When the employees get satisfied with the safety or security needs, they move on with love and belonging needs. The good examples are friendship, intimacy, family sense of emotion among the groups in an organization. Fourth comes the self-esteem needs, where the employees, after satisfying the physiological, safety, and love and belonging needs, they move on to the self-esteem needs. The good examples for self-esteem needs are respect, self-esteem, strength, freedom, motivation, status, recognition, etc. After getting satisfied with physiological needs, safety or security needs, love and belonging needs, self-esteem needs, they move on to the top level, which is self-actualization needs, which means the employees achieve one's full potential. So this is the hierarchy level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Coming to the real-time example of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which you can see in Apple company. Let's see how the Apple company satisfies the employees with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First comes the physiological needs. Apple's average pay for the employees is Rs 11,24,339 a year, and it gives a financial incentives to the employees such as flexible benefits, investment options, savings plan, and stock purchase options. Second comes the safety and security needs, where the Apple company ensures job security, retirement benefits, a safe working environment, and medical insurance for employees. Third comes the loving belonging needs, where the Apple company supports the social networks, work groups, and enhancing the worker-supervisor relationship in an organization. Fourth comes the self-esteem needs, where the Apple company values the self-respect of the employees, praising for their hard work, and appraisal system helps them to give a major discount on Apple products like 25% off for MacBooks and iPads for the employees. Fifth comes the self-actualization needs, where the Apple company directs the employees towards excellence by giving them chance of creativity and growth in an organization. So this is how the Apple company is an example for Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Second one, coming to Alderfer's ERG theory. In ERG theory, the people satisfy their needs in different ways and at different levels. According to Maslow's theory of needs, Maslow says that only if the primary needs are satisfied, employees go to the higher level needs. Whereas Alderfer's ERG theory says that the people satisfy their needs in combination of two or more at different levels. So ERG, E stands for existence needs, R for relatedness needs, and G for growth needs. So the same Maslow's hierarchy of needs clubbed together into 3 groups, where the existence needs includes physiological needs and safety needs. Relatedness needs includes love and belonging needs and external self-esteem needs, where the growth needs includes internal self-esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Here I have shown the picture where the existence needs, if it is satisfied, go to the relatedness needs. If the employees get satisfied with the relatedness needs, then they go for the growth needs. Vice versa, if the employees are not satisfied with the growth needs, then they just depend on the lower level needs for satisfaction. That is, they move from growth needs to relatedness needs and from relatedness needs to existence needs. So, if the employees are satisfied, they go for satisfaction progression from existence needs to relatedness needs and relatedness needs to growth needs. If they can't satisfy in the growth needs or in the relatedness needs, they go back to the primary level or lower level needs, which is called frustration regression. Coming to a live example of Alderfer's ERG theory of needs in Nestle company. Let's see how this Nestle company has adopted this theory of motivation. First comes the existence needs, which includes the physiological and safety needs. Nestle company encourages the employees' health programs, which are conducted like health screening program and stress management program. According to relatedness needs, which includes love and belonging, and external self-esteem needs, where it encourages the employees to create their own social or community obligations through Nestle Charity Homes activity. It also rewards the employees who excels in their performance and work harder to achieve their organizational goals. Third, growth needs, that is self-actualization needs. An intrinsic desire for personal development is encouraged in Nestle company and motivated by the managers. This results in product creativity and growth of the industry. So this is how the Nestle company has adopted the Alderfer's ERG theory of motivation. Coming to Herzberg's two-factor theory, where there are two factors, namely motivating factors and hygiene factors. The motivating factors will encourage the employees to work if there is present, whereas the hygiene factors will cause an employee to work less, or the productivity will be less, or the efficiency will be less if it is not present. Here the job satisfaction is influenced by the motivating factors such as achievement of the employees' responsibility, recognition of their work, the work itself, that is passionate about the work, advancement in their growth, and the personal growth or career growth of the employees. Job dissatisfaction, which is influenced by the hygiene factors, namely working conditions of the organization, co-worker relations in a team, that is the relationship between the supervisor and the worker or the manager and the worker, the policies and rules and regulations of the company, the supervisor quality, whether they are friendly, is it autocratic leadership or democratic leadership, and the basic salaries. So, if the hygiene factors are improved, then it may reduce the job dissatisfaction. But if the motivating factors are improved, then the employees will have a job satisfaction and there will be an employee retention in the company. Let's see the practical example of where this Herzberg's two-factor theory is applicable. It is applicable in Google company, where Frederick Herzberg's two-factor theory best describes the rewards management and motivation techniques which takes place at Google. So let's see how the Google company has adopted this two-factor theory. First is the hygiene factors. The Google pays a very good salary, where the average salary of the Google employees ranges from 2,89,000 rupees to 29,96,000 a year. Perks, good working environment, and freedom to employees, that is, there is no formal dress codes, fun-filled office environment, and free food facilities at Google. So second thing is the motivating factors, where the bonuses for good performance, opportunities for the development and growth of the employees is encouraged in Google. So the Google has two advantages in adopting this Herzberg's two-factor theory. First thing is, by improving the hygienic factors, they have the employee retention in their company. Second thing is, they give the motivating factors where the employees can work freely and bring out their creativity in developing new or innovative products or the services in their company. McClelland 3 needs theory. Here, we need to identify the person type and then we need to motivate it. The 3 needs theory are: first is the need for achievement, second is the need for authority and power, third is the need for affiliation, that is friendship in an organization. First comes the need for achievement, where the employees try to succeed and they fear about the failure. They want to achieve the challenging goals but realistic goals, and they believe that hard work always pays over luck, and they have more desire to feedbacks or reviews so that they take some corrective actions and gives their best output. Second thing is the need for authority and power, where the employees are desired to control others. They are very influential. They want to increase their personal status and prestige, and above all, they focus on accomplishing the group goals, where they'll be like a manager and they get the things work done from the workers. Third is a need for affiliation, where the employees want to establish a very good relationship with all the employees in the organization. They want to maintain a friendship, avoid the contacts, and they have a better understanding or good understanding in a team. So they are very good team players. So these were the McClelland's 3 needs theory. The practical example I've shown here for McClelland's 3 needs theory is in Samsung. By applying the McClelland's learned needs theory, Samsung maintains sufficient levels of employee motivation within its company. Let's see how the Samsung has adopted this McClelland's 3 needs theory in its organization. First is the need for accomplishment. Samsung achieves the grand scale of success as a whole, and it's one of the world's most renowned technology companies. Second, need for authority and power. The Samsung gives a power to the employees by providing them the promotion opportunities which is equal to all the employees who works hard. Third is a need for affiliation, where the Samsung provides a suitable working environment and the employees seem to be very content working with one another in a team. So this is how the Samsung company has employed the McClelland 3 needs theory of motivation. Coming to the McGregor's theory X and theory Y. Theory X and theory Y. McGregor assumes that the employees are lazy, they don't like to work, they are motivated by the financial incentives or fear of job security, they need to be controlled or directed, they need always a supervision and avoids a responsibility, they lack the loyalty and commitment, and they are very less creative in theory X. Coming to theory Y, McGregor assumes that the employees are very active and they like to work. They will be motivated by the achievement, recognition in a very good working environment. They are very self-controlled and self-directed in their work. They accept and seek a responsibility in doing their own work, and they want to be loyal and committed to the work what they are doing, and they are very creative in a proper working condition. These were the assumptions that McGregor had in theory X and theory Y. Coming to theory Z, which is the Japanese management style which was introduced by Dr. William Auchi. So Dr. William Auchi's theory Z assumes that the employee's involvement is a key to success in the organization by achievement, recognition, etc. They have an implicit control by loyalty to team, and they have a very collective responsibility where they share the work among the team and they take the whole responsibilities. They perform better when they are trusted and they have a very good cooperation in a team. So this is all about the theory Z. It's a Japanese management style. Coming to Ultra XY theory. So Ultra XY theory assumes that it's a blend of theory X and theory Y. The workers are expected to do great things, but there is almost no space for illness, outside interests, family time, or the time fully away from the job. They want to hire and develop the best according to theory Y, but they need to constantly monitor the employees and motivate them according to theory X. So that is why it is called as blend of theory X and theory Y, which is called Ultra XY theory. Coming to the live examples of McGregor's theory X and theory Y, also Dr. William Auchi's theory Z and Ultra XY theory. You may wonder whether theory X is applicable even nowadays. Yes, it is applicable to the assembly lines or manual labor where there are unskilled workers. So it can benefit a workplace that utilizes an assembly line or a manual labor, and this type of work conditions will allow the companies to mass produce a higher quantity and the quality of work. Coming to theory Y. Some big businesses or the big organizations like Google and Apple use theory Y management because this company is based on the other people's creativity to come up with different ideas and products and services. Coming to theory Z, Samsung uses theory Z, which is nothing but the Japanese management style given by Dr. William Auchi, to become a living organization That is, a company is like a home where it focuses on increasing the employee's loyalty to the company by providing a job for lifetime. Fourth one is Ultra XY theory. Amazon is a company which follows the Ultra theory of XY, which is a blend of theory X and theory Y, where it provides a friendly environment for workers motivated by managers to achieve their fullest potential. So, if they are friendly and motivated, it is theory Y. But at the same time, they also follows the intense part in the careful supervision and an extensive array of punishments and rewards, which they follow theory X. That's why it is called as Ultra XY theory, or a blend of theory X and theory Y. So Amazon follows Ultra XY theory. So these were the examples of McGregor's theory X and theory Y and Dr. William Auchi's theory Z and Ultra XY theory. I hope you like this video. For more videos, keep watching this channel, UGC NET MBA Aspirants. In the next video, I'm going to cover about the process theories of motivation. So stay tuned. Thank you.